A very, very good evening to you all, and thank you for being on this channel, still subscribing, still following me. I really, really appreciate it. Appreciate it even more if you smash that subscribe button, and let's get some more numbers in. It'd be absolutely amazing. More chatting, more talking, more remarks. It'd be brilliant. Something to get my teeth into, get some good conversation going. I'd really, really appreciate it. But regardless, I'm so happy that you're still subscribing to the channel, and like I say, let's get some more numbers in. It'd be absolutely awesome. Okay, so last night I had a Sainsbury's Stoke, and then I had to pick some pallets up, go over to Sainsbury's, go over to Premier Foods Stoke, drop, pick a train up, and then come back, and then I had another run to Stoke to Tamworth, Sainsbury's Tamworth. For a deliverer. But I got back here and I went into the office. I put my unit on the bay, got in the office. So I've come for my second run, and there was just two people in the office, and that was it. There was hardly anybody there. I was like, where the hell is everybody? All drivers at the desk, all drivers at the counter, waiting for the works or waiting for the gate passes or whatever. There's two people behind in the office. Are we on a skeleton crew or something? Are everybody on leave? Yeah, everybody's on leave, everybody's on holiday, everybody's sick. I was like, okay, no worries. I've come for my second run. Can't find the paperwork. Okay then. I'll go and wait in the cab. So I waited in the cab, and about half an hour later, I got a telephone call. Go home. Get in there. So I finished about 8:30, clocked off at 8:45. That was me. 11 hours. Thank you very much. That will do me perfectly. And tonight I've got I've just been punished for that as well. Spoke too soon. Perfectly Allington, which, as I've always maintained right from the very beginning, I don't mind doing the long runs. You know, it's just one of the things at the end of the day. And yeah, I'll be looking at a reduced rest. It will be over 13 hours, no doubt. Yeah, driving in tonight to work, and if you've not had a look tonight, or if you have, then you'll notice that we have a low moon. It's absolutely beautiful. My wife is a massive fan of the moon. She never realised that it was the moon that actually controlled the tides of the earth. It was a gravitational pull of the moon rotating the earth, that when it comes in and out, it pulls the tides. She never knew that. 56 years old, she didn't even know it. So yeah, there was a bit of education for her. It looks absolutely amazing tonight. It is so bright, and I mean, it's not looking like daytime, you know what I mean? But it's stunning. It's, you know, it's the only celestial body that we have running around the planet, other than us running around the biggest celestial star in the universe, the sun. Well, our universe anyway. But it is ours. It's ours. It belongs to us. Right, there's a hell of a lot going off in the world today. There's a hell of a lot going off in the world tomorrow. There's a hell of a lot going off in the world days before, and it is just getting beyond ridiculous now. It really is. Politics is I've never been an advocate of politics. I'm more middle of the road kind of guy. So politics for me takes a back bench, even though it does affect our lives in every way imaginable. But at the moment, this government is absolutely outrageous. From my own point of view, I think they are I think they are destroying this country. That is the only thing that I'm going to say about politics. I believe that what this new government is doing today to this country it's frightening. It really is. And there's a bigger picture. I still believe there's a bigger picture, and I think Labour's playing into the hands of this big picture. Personally, myself, that's my opinion, and that's my politics out of the way. Sporting wise, I don't really know what's going off in the sporting world. I only know that in the golf, in the live, the Jon Rahm won. like I said yesterday, he won a hell of a lot of money, and they're on about. I don't know. I've seen guys smoking on the on the fairways. I've seen guys smoking. I vape, and they're on about, obviously, with this ban that's coming out countrywide for smokers in public places, in outside cafes, outside pubs, outside children's play areas. I can understand that. Kids play areas, yeah, that's a given. But they've got to realise that when these kids are finished playing, they're going home to their parents' house, where their parents are probably smoking in the house. So they're totally defeating the object. The kids are still getting second-hand smoke. And then they're on about, obviously it's going to have an impact on a lot of outdoor activities as well, golf being one of them. Now, I know that guys go out there and they smoke on the fairways. I see nub ends on the fairways. You know, it is what it is. They're outside. Like I say, I vape anyway. So, do you think that smoking should be banned on golf courses? I think that in the PGA, I think it stipulates that by no means are any players are supposed to endorse any kind of tobacco producing companies, i.e. any logos on their shirts and stuff like that. But they do not dispel players from smoking on the course. And this happened with Charlie Hull during the Olympics. The Olympics put a blanket ban on smoking outside, and it had a detrimental effect on her game, which I could totally understand, because obviously with people smoking as well, it calms their nerves, makes them passive, and makes them play a bit better. It does have an advantage, not a negative effect, but it sometimes can have a positive effect on a person's mind, is what I'm trying to get across. And talking of minds, we've got I think it's the mental health day tomorrow. It's a shout out for all people with mental health, and it is a subject that is very, very close to my heart, because my father suffered with mental health for months, up until the day that he took his own life. But that was back in 1988 when he did that. It was a time when mental health, not a lot of people understood mental health. All he did was put them in a mental home, give them a lot of tablets, give them a lot of treatment, and then kicked them out after a few months, and they were better. Also, what he thought. And I think that's when they were giving Valium. Valium was being used as well, so that got banned. Now they got Prozac. So yeah, mental health is a massive issue at the moment, and not just in the older people, but it's happening to the young kids as well. And we always thought that my son was suffering from some kind of. We used to think he had ADHD, until we got to find out that our son actually suffered from autism, so he's autistic. And we always thought that he was just being a little brat and being naughty and so on and so forth. And it was quite difficult for us to understand what was going on. It was quite difficult for Jonathan to understand what was going on, because he didn't know. He didn't realise what was going on in his life until he found out a couple of years ago he was diagnosed with autism. My wife, she works in a school with autistic kids as well. But even going through autism, it can have a detrimental effect on the mind, and it did with Jonathan. He fell into depression because he couldn't understand what was going on. He was on antidepressants at a very, very young age. So it just doesn't affect the elderly; it affects the young kids as well. So yeah, it's a very not a sore point or a sore subject. I think it's a subject that should be covered, mental health, because it can affect anybody. I don't care how strong that person is, but by will of the mind, it can affect you. And you know, I have suffered not through mental health, but through issues that have affected my mind. You know, I've witnessed death in the past, I firsthand saw somebody killed, so you know. But for a man, I think it's a lot more, because we're the alpha, we're the alpha dog or the alpha male or whatever. We don't want to appear as being weak, but it's not weakness when you're asking for help to clear your mind, because it's a very complex thing, that this thing inside your head. It can either tear you apart or it can set you on the right path. But if you get the help beforehand, then you know, if you're suffering from some kind of mental illness, then you know you've got to get help. You've got to seek help. You've got to talk. Talking is one of the main things that can actually help you through any kind of mental illness or any kind of depression or anything like that. But you've got to have the will. You've got to have the willingness to talk. It is the best policy, I feel. Even when I witnessed that gentleman being killed, I spoke to my wife about it. It was very upsetting. It was very traumatic. But getting it out in the open and hearing your side of it, it really did help me to overcome any kind of mental pressure. Can I say? Excuse me, any kind of mental illness that might have been detrimental to my mind. So yeah, it did help talking about the issue. So if you know anybody out there that's suffering from any kind of mental illness, then please get them help. Talk to them, go around there, have a cup of tea, have a chat or whatever, take them out, take them for a walk. You know, they would really appreciate it. I'm sure they would. And some people don't even realise that they've got some kind of mental illness. They do not even realise it until it's too late. So yeah, if you see any kind of mood swings or any kind of personality changes within people, then it could be an onset of some kind of mental illness. So from the bottom of my heart, I say, you know, take it to people that you know that are suffering from some kind of mental illness, and please give them all the help and the support that they need. I think they'd really appreciate it. Right, that's me. I better go because I've got to get down to Purfleet by 1 o'clock. So drive safe, look after yourself, watch out for those lunatics because they are everywhere. Like, subscribe, please leave me a comment. Anything that I've covered tonight, please leave me a comment, and I'd really appreciate it. And I've still got my light up as well, and I've got the interior lights on as well. So I think I think this setting is a lot better. It's a lot more brighter. Let me know what you think. Leave me a comment. Cheers, guys, and I'll see you for my fourth shift tomorrow night. Cheers, guys.